When you all became educators, is this something you ever thought or imagined you would be focused on?
No, they don't cover this in the credentialing program.
Do you feel like you would be prepared and ready if something like what happened in Florida happened on your campus?
Absolutely not. Our lockdown drills or our duck and covers, there's certain things you need to do. Turn the lights off, draw the draperies, lock your door. Many of the doors lock from the outside, so you have to go outside to do that.
President Trump said that he doesn't like active shooter drills. What do you say to that? Do you agree?
There's value in an active shooter drill.
Steve Dillon, who teaches in the same district as the recent Rancho Tehama school shooting, said those trainings prevented a bigger tragedy that day.
Had kids not responded, had teachers not known what to do, that whole scenario up there would have been different.
We then asked them about the high school students we spoke to last week, who said every school seems to have that one person who students see as a potential school shooter.
Do you agree with that? Do you say, yeah, that's probably true?
I don't know if it's every school, but one of the things we certainly are not addressing is social and emotional needs. We don't have enough counselors on campus.
The counselor ratio in my district is 1 to 1,000.
All of you have been teaching for some time now. Have you noticed a change in your students' mental wellness from when you first started teaching to now?
Yeah,
Yeah.
huge change.
The bullying is bad, so that usually causes a lot of the problems in school. And
I think some of the untold things about what a teacher's job is to try and make a connection with every kid in your classroom, to build that kind of trust that, you know, that they can come to you, that they can tell you certain things. It takes a long time to build that kind of relationship.
If the student to teacher ratio was smaller, would that help?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Oh, yes. In many ways.
How many students do you all have in one classroom at this point, on average, would you say?
It depends on the district. Some districts don't have a cap.
170
3.
FaceTime interfaces a day.
A day.
So 170 kids a day that you might be expected to form a close enough relationship with that they would trust you to tell you something that they don't want to tell an adult.
Right.
That's a tall order.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's talk about guns. President Trump has suggested arming teachers, those who are comfortable with it. Who here would be comfortable with that?
It depends, I think, where you're living. If you're in an urban community, that probably I wouldn't be comfortable. But if I was in a rural area where it takes this 20 minutes or 30 minutes for somebody to get there to assist, I think I would be pretty comfortable with that.
Okay.
I teach in Tehama County. I don't want to need to carry a gun. What if you miss and hit somebody else? What if you're scared because there's somebody out there and then you don't use your weapon to defend somebody, and when the police arrive, do they know, oh yeah, he's a teacher, he's not the perp, don't shoot him. There's just too many things that could go wrong in that scenario.
Most of the teachers said they would resign if asked to carry a gun.
Yes, I think even if it's somebody that's trained, I think we all get into that shock moment where we don't know what to do.
right, we don't live in a society right now that's trusting of teachers, and so it's ironic to me that they're going to say, well, we'll trust you with a gun. We won't trust you with, you know,
Picking your own curriculum.
any other decision.
Even so, the teacher said they would be okay if a colleague of theirs wanted to carry a gun.
But really putting guns out of the equation, what else can be done to keep a school safe?
Why can't we teach kindness? It takes
Let
play,
them
too.
become kids again.
Yeah. Teaching them things like empathy or, you know, social emotional awareness. You know, that it's okay to fail. It's okay. It is really okay if you don't pass that test.
There'd have to be time allowed for that, right?
Right.
Time to teach.
So, you know, to include time within our teaching day.
Sounds like you're saying that has a trickle-down effect, that ultimately that's going to help kids just be mentally more sound, which could in turn maybe prevent a kid from going off the deep end a little bit.
It comes back to relationships. It's like if you have relationships, trusting, then you know where to go when you need help, or and you feel safe doing that. Or maybe if you have those supportive relationships, you never get so far that you really need some desperate help.